This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through your 2018 Bullet Ultralight by Keystone, model 272 BHS. I'm on the door side of the trailer walking towards the rear. And as you see, you have scissor type stabilizer jacks that are operated with a crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. Also, it's good to know that right here, see if you can see it right there, it's a quick connect LP fitting. All right, that's to hook your grill up. Your grill obviously hangs on this rack right here. You have to plug in the LP hose, and I'm trying to get a better, oh here, I can get it from over here. And so there you have a picture of it right there. It's just a quick connect fitting. Okay. We've got a door up, that one's locked. There's the door that goes into the bathroom. Also, this right here is a black tank flush. I'll talk more about this when we get on the other side of the trailer, but you can hook your hose to this after you've dumped your black tank, and you can turn it on and it'll spray the inside of your black tank and clean it out. I'll get into that a little bit more on the other side. You have antenna out plus power. This black hose here should always be like that. This is actually a refrigerator service compartment, but that hose should be hanging out so the condensation that's generated by the refrigerator drains to the outside of the trailer. Got a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers, your main entry door. This is your hitch. We'll explain how to use the hitch when you come to pick up your trailer. Also, this is the crank for your stabilizers right here. Okay. One more thing about that crank. If you come up front here to your power tongue jack, if this power tongue jack was to fail, you can pull this plug out of the top here and use that crank or a 3/4 inch socket to raise and lower your tongue jack in case of an emergency. Alright, so you got 2 LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery. This little port right here is for a solar battery charger. So if you were to purchase a solar panel to charge your battery, you plug it in right there. Okay, this is your water station here. So the most common way to get water to your trailer is this one right here, the city water connection. So you hook up your city water, you turn on the faucet, and it pressurizes your whole trailer, you're ready to go. Everything will work. Now if you happen to go to a campsite or a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here. So you have an onboard fresh water tank. You'd fill it right there, and then you would use the onboard pump to pressurize your trailer. So you can get, everything will work just like you have city water, but you'll be pumping it from your demand tank. Okay, so also, your slide out is in, obviously. We'll put it out in a second. Coming back, here's a little more to do with the plumbing. This is your water heater from the outside. Now, the switches to operate this are inside. I'll show you those when we get in there. But one thing you need to know is this is where your drain plug is here. So you drain it right there by taking that nylon plug out. Okay, never pull that plug out when there's hot water in the tank, or else you could scald yourself. That's a pressure release valve. Never release the pressure when there's hot water in the tank because you can get scalded or worse. So keep that in mind. Always let it cool down before doing anything like that. This is just an outside shower, hot and cold water. Okay. So now we have over here your black tank valve for your black tank. Black tank is toilet water and waste, and then you have your gray tank, which is sink and shower water. So when you put your hose on here, you put the other end of the hose into the dump station. You'll dump your black tank first. Then after it dumps, you'll dump the gray tank second, just because the gray water is cleaner water than the black water, that's all. Once you've done that, you can leave your gray valve open, and you remember on the other side of the trailer I showed you that there was a black tank flush. You'd hook a hose up to there, turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank. Of course, your hose is still connected to the dump station, and your valve is open, like I said, and it'll drain it right out and clean off your sensors, just clean out the tank in general, okay? All right. So, more storage. You've got a 30-foot, 30-amp power cord with it. Of course, like I said, that's the rack that your grill sits on. You want to go up on the roof and inspect it at least 3 times a season. That's important. The manufacturer suggests every 90 days. So every 3 months or so, you'll go up on the roof. If it's winter time, obviously, and you've got it in storage, you don't have to do that. But during the summer, you'll do it in the fall, you'll do it in the spring, and then once in the middle of the summer. You look for separation, cracking, anything on the roof sealant that looks suspicious, looks like it needs to be touched up, and you identify it and then get it taken care of. All right, let's go inside. Okay, so first thing we'll do is this is your control panel, we'll send the slide out. So here we go. So you're just going to make sure nothing's in the way. It's not going to catch any cupboard doors or the TV set or anything. Alright, so we're out. Alright, also while we're here, the awning has, the power awning has a switch right here, so you'd extend it right here by pushing this one in. You can see it extends. It'll go out 8 feet. One thing to remember is never leave the awning out unattended. So if you're not going to be at the campsite, you're going to definitely roll it in. Never just leave it out and take off, because the weather can change quickly and you can damage it in just an instant. So, okay, so you can see the awning tube there. We're out 8 feet, so you know we're all the way out. All right. Like I said, never leave it out unattended. Just come on back in here. That chirp you're hearing, I'm going to get another battery for your smoke detector. I think that's what that is. Sometimes they sit in here and get old, but we always test them and change them out first, so I'll take care of that. Okay, alright, so we're in. Now also, I told you that it has an onboard water pump. That's right here. Turn it on right there. Use that water pump to draw out of the fresh water tank. Or you can winterize your trailer doing that. You'll have to educate yourself about winterizing if you're not familiar with it. Okay, and you can also, this water heater works on gas and electric, so you can run it on electric like that, gas like that. Just keep in mind that make sure there's water in the tank before you turn it on. So that's important. You never run it dry. Also, these are your levels here. So your battery's charged, as you can see. Fresh water is empty, black water is empty. You only pay attention to the black water tanks you have, because this is a standard panel. You just have one, so you just go with black tank 1 and gray tank 1. Okay, they're all empty. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. Once you get past 2/3, you have to start thinking about dumping them. So keep that in mind also. Okay, so let me see here. I'll get some light up here. Hold on. Any light that's not hooked to the main switch has its own switch, obviously. Let me get these lit up here so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so your radio / disc player is right here. So it's an AM/FM radio, of course. It also plays CDs and DVDs here. You can stream off a USB here, so you can put all your favorite albums on one little micro stick or mini stick or whatever the short one's called, and take them all with you. You can also stream wirelessly from your phone or tablet, so you can stream with this using Bluetooth. So it does a lot. You got 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 are the outside speakers. Okay. TV is like any other TV. This has a swing out bracket on it. Let me see what we got here. Yep, so it's got a swing out bracket that locks into place. This you're going to pay attention to when you're running the slide out in and out, for sure. just from experience, I can tell you that that's something you're going to have to keep an eye on. Now also, you got some ambient light here, it looks like. This thing here is the signal booster for the digital antenna. I'm trying to see if I got a picture of it here because I can't see. There it is right there. So you can see I could turn it on and it'll light up like so. Let me get this right here. There it goes. So it lights up like so. It should always be green like that. If not, you know, you're not going to get a good boost signal from the digital antenna. It's got a, like I said, this is a digital antenna signal booster, so it's going to lock on a good signal and amplify it, that sort of thing. So if you're going to use the antenna, you always want to have that green like that. Don't shut it off, keep it on. Just going to have to clean that a little bit in there, as you can see. Okay, this is your thermostat. The thermostat is very simple. You just hit mode once to light it up, and then you can scroll through everything. Let me see if we can focus on it. You got fan, air conditioner, heat, and off. Okay, now there is a lag time every time you use an appliance. If you turn on the air conditioner, there's going to be a lag time for about 6 seconds before it switches on or off. But you'll find that's no matter what you're selecting, that's what it'll do. So just keep that in mind, that you have to give it a few minutes, a few seconds. Okay, there we go. This is the rack for your grill to hang your grill on. This is a bag that the grill goes in. Your grill looks like it's over there on the top bunk, so we'll go over there and look at it. Okay. Just so you know, under here, this top panel here, this is on the off-door side next to your bed. If you unscrew these 4 screws, one in each corner, that's where your water pump's located at. Okay? That's important to know. Also, when you come over here to the bunk, you pull up the bottom, and this panel right here, pull up the bottom mattress, I'm sorry. Pull up this panel right here, it's got a finger hole right there, and your water, or your electric and gas water heater is under there. So if you need to bypass it to winterize it or whatever you're going to do, that's where you access it. Keep in mind, when you winterize the trailer, you have to bypass the water heater first, because you can't get antifreeze into the hot water tank, because it'll leave a really foul taste and a bad smell. So they give you bypass valves on the back to bypass it. So keep that in mind, please. All right, this is a fold-out hide-a-bed 3-panel. So you'll pull the cushions off and you'll set them aside. Then you're going to grab it down here and you're just going to pull it out, fold the legs down, and then flip the back down into place, and you got a pretty decent foam hide-a-bed. So it's not bad at all. This one here, you can fold in the legs of the table and drop them down onto these cleats here, and use the back cushions to fill in the space. You got another bed there, so that's 2 extra beds. While we're over here, this device here is the power converter. So what it does, it converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So you can see on this side here, you've got regular household circuit breakers, 110, 120 AC. They're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You see you got regular automotive type fuses, 12 volts. So this is the 12 volt side of it. If any of these fuses were to blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here, so you would know that. Also, this is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, this is going to be sensing how much energy your battery needs up front, and it'll send as much as it needs to keep it charged. So it'll always keep your battery charged up there. Alright, this device down here is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. Excuse me. This also should always be green. So if it's not green, you want to get it serviced. This is a very important device. It's hardwired to the battery, so it's always on. If it goes off, you're going to take everybody outside, leave the door open, obviously, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. Here, let me self-test it for you so you can hear it. So it'll go through 2 self-tests, 1 for each gas. Okay. And back to green. So it should always be green like that, alright? That's important. Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator, so that means it'll run on LP gas or 110 AC. This is where your controls are right here. So this is on. This second button here, you will choose auto, just like that. I'm trying to get a picture of it here. I'm not getting a good angle. All right, so it's auto. The reason they call it auto is because it automatically searches out electricity, and it'll automatically use it. If it can't find electricity or loses power, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So that way your food won't spoil. So if you're gone during the day and you have a power outage at the campground, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So auto means electric, and that's where you're normally going to keep it. You can run it dedicated to gas like that, but even if you have it on auto, when you unplug it, it'll switch over to gas automatically. The other thing to know about this refrigerator is this device here in the corner is called a thermistor. The thermistor is on the end of that wire that goes up into that clip there. It's a cylinder. So what you want to do is slide it up as high as you can get it to go. If it comes apart, you can see it's starting to come out the bottom right there because I slid the clip up so high. That's normal. That's how it functions. You'll just adjust it. The bottom line is you want it up as high as it goes. If you look at that sticker there, it'll say the higher you go, the colder it is. The lower you go, the warmer it is. You're just going to want to get it up as high as it goes. Okay. The vent hood works like any other range vent hood. Like microwave works like any other microwave. Now, I assume he still has the gas on, so let me just do this here. You'll turn this to light, and then you turn your sparker clockwise. So you can see it lit right there. And of course there's a knob for each burner. Now the oven is a little bit different. You have to use a grill lighter to light it. So you'll light the grill lighter. Or excuse me. Getting ahead of myself again, I'm sorry. You want a grill lighter because it's got a longer neck. And all the way back there at the back is a pilot light. Alright, so what you do is you go to pilot on. Let me start with what you're looking at. Pilot on, like that. Then you're going to depress it and hold it. While you're holding it, you're going to take your grill lighter and light the pilot light under there. After the pilot light lights, you're still holding this in. You hold it for another 10 seconds or so. Then go to operating temperature, and it cycles as an oven does. But when you shut it off, obviously the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. All right. Okay, I think we've gone through most of it in here. Let's do the bathroom now. There's only one thing you really have to remember about the bathroom. Well, a couple things. One, this GFCI here, it's a light. All the plugs are wired through a GFCI. So if you're using the one outside, for example, it'll be wired through this one. So you reset it right here. Okay, all the plugs are wired through a GFCI. Now the thing to know about this is the toilet, and you can't use the toilet dry. There's the flush pedal right there. So what you do when you get to the campground is you take your chemical, whichever chemical you use, you put one dose right in there. Then you're going to stand on the pedal, and this is the black tank directly below. Water will come swirling out because we're hooked up to water. And you're just going to stand on this pedal till you put about a gallon or 2 gallons. Doesn't really matter exactly. You just have to have some water in here and chemical to start using it. You never use it dry or without chemical. So anytime you start with an empty black tank, you put chemical and water in it before you start using it. If you don't, you'll regret it. It won't be the end of the world, but you'll regret it. So. Okay, alright, so I think that's probably it. I didn't show you the emergency window. I can do that. Alright, so this is just the escape window. You're just going to push this all the way through. You'll push it literally all the way through. Then you'll grab a hold of this tab and pull the tab out with the screen. So the screen comes out, and then you'll just go on out, roll out, crawl out, whatever you got to do to get out, okay? Also, a thing to know about this style of blind, the tighter this string is here, the tighter it is here. So if you're traveling and you're out west somewhere, you don't have to make a dealer's appointment if it just keeps falling down. They tend to loosen up over time. All you'll do is pull this string through and shorten this about a ½ inch or so to tighten it up, and that'll also make this tighter so it stays into place. So you can adjust it. Don't over tighten this. If you do, then it's going to break eventually. But you just want to keep it taut like it is right now, okay? Alrighty. Okay, so I think that's it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember what I told you about inspecting the roof? Everybody owns a trailer, has to inspect it every 90 days of the operation. So you figure when in the springtime when you de-winterize it, you can check it. Once in the middle of the summer you can check it, and then when the fall when you winterize it you can go up there and check it. And that way it'll always be good and tight. Any place on the sides you see caulk from the factory, you give that a look too, okay? Thank you very much.